class. Today is our 10th meeting, English for Marketing. And today we are going to talk about product and product classifications. What is a product? A product is anything that can be offered to a market to satisfy a want or a need. Last meeting, we have already discussed about the product, and like I told you, from the 4 P's: product, price, promotion, and also place, the most important thing is a product. Now, product and product classification. It is divided into two types. The first one is product classification based on durability and tangibility. And then the second one is product classification based on who the buyers are and the purpose of buying. For the first one, product classifications based on the durability and tangibility. The first one, it's also divided into three types: non-durable goods, durable goods, and services. I bet all of you know what does it mean of durable, right? So I do not need to explain the definition. So let's go ahead. Now, from the product classifications based on durability and tangibility, which are divided into three types, namely non-durable goods, durable goods, and services. What are the definition, or what is the definition for each? The first one, non-durable goods. Actually, from the meaning or from the title, from the name, we can already guess it that the goods are not durable, which means that the goods that cannot stand for a long time. So they do not have their durability. So we can say that non-durable goods are the products that expire more quickly. We have so many products that expire more quickly that maybe we can say that the goods that we only use for a while, that it can worn out. For example, probably this. This is called, I think that you know already, this one we call it as stationery. The stationery is the collection or a set of the things that help us for doing our office work. So such as like pens, pencils, staplers, books, notes, stabilos, etc. So those things are called or belong to non-durable goods. The next one is we have durable goods. So from the meaning is the products that do not need to be purchased. So from here we can try to guess the products that can stand for a long time. Like what? For example, like a car. Usually people, when they buy a car, it will stand for a long time. They will not buy the car too often, unless they are really rich that can have more than one car, or maybe they can change the car every year that they want. But so far as I know, the people will tend to keep their car, or at least use the car until around 3 until 4 years, or maybe more than that. Because like Indonesian people, when they have the car, they will keep using it until the car cannot be used anymore. And another example is just like for furniture. Furniture contains of like the cupboards, the sofas, and then like you see in the pictures, these are also the products that will not expire quickly. So which means that we do not need to purchase it in a very often. People will tend to change it maybe after after using it for around 5 or maybe 10 years, or in that range of years, around 5 until 10. So it is quite seldom to see people will change their furniture every year. It is quite seldom. Now, are you curious actually how long or how many years that the people can say that it belongs to non-durable goods or durable goods? Based on the sources that I have got from here, okay, it says that the products that can expire more quickly, and then for the products that do not need to be purchased often, we can differentiate them by seeing their age of years is around 3 years. So if you see that the things that you owned that can stand for more than 3 years, it means that products do not need to be purchased often, so it belongs to durable goods. And then meanwhile, for the goods that can maybe can stand less than 3 years, so they belong to non-durable goods. And then the last one for services, I think I do not need to explain much because we have already discussed it so many times about services. And then according to here, classification based on durability and tangibility, services are included into this group. The next one, we have product classifications based on who the buyers are and the purpose of buying. We have consumer goods and industrial goods. Now, for consumer goods. For the consumer goods itself, it has convenience goods, shopping goods, specialty goods, and unsold goods. What are they? Don't worry, we are going to explain it. Now, what are they? Don't worry, what are they? Don't worry, you are about to know it. Now, for the next, convenience goods are goods that is widely available and purchased frequently with minimal effort, easily obtained, and relatively inexpensive. So we can say that convenience goods are the goods that actually we can get it free. We do not need to have so much effort to get it, and then the price is not really expensive, pretty cheap, so we can buy it more often. Usually we can find these goods at the supermarket or at any small store, just like Alfamart or like Indomaret over here, which we can find it like kind of like some of our daily needs. And then, as I said, that we will purchase it frequently because we need it. We use it for quite maybe almost every day. How about for the shopping goods? Shopping goods are goods that require more thought and comparison. Sometimes they also require research. Well, what are they actually? So just try to imagine the goods or the stuff that when you need to buy it, when you want to shop it, you will need to think it. You will need to consider it. You will need to think whether you really need the stuff, need the goods or not. And then sometimes, if even after you have thought it thoroughly, that you know that you really need that thing, you still want to compare with another product with maybe different brand but with the same product. For example, a laptop. A laptop, you will try to consider it whether you really need it or not. Once you feel that you really need it, you will need to compare between this product, brand, and also another brand. And sometimes you will also need to compare with the same brands also, but maybe different type. So you will try to compare, and then you will try to do some research, or just like small research. Well, what kind of research? You will see the model, the specification, and also the price. Which one that suits you better, you will choose that one. That is called shopping goods. So you need some efforts compared to the convenience good. Now, what is the next? Specialty goods. Specialty goods are the goods that unique, preferred strongly in their characteristics, brand identification, specific features that can make specific buyers that do not mind making special effort for purchasing. Well, I can give you an example for this one for just like a watch. You know, watch for some people that is their prestige. For some of us, watch is just like a watch to show the time, to remind us about the time. That is the main function. But for some people, a watch is not just a watch. A watch for them is kind of like to show their status. Okay, so that's why that sometimes there are also some watches that have their unique characteristics. Maybe they can run without using battery, or maybe some of the parts in that watch which are so special, and also like the brand identification. Some of the watches brands are so popular and famous, which you just can see the name, people will know it. You are wearing a very nice and luxury watch, which also will raise up your status. And for that one, people will not doubt to buy the things even for the special price. In quotation, expensive. Now the next, we have unsold goods. Unsold goods are unsold goods. I'm sorry. Unsold goods are goods that the consumers are not aware. They do not have any knowledge, or even they do not have any desire to purchase these goods without they do not have any desire to purchase these goods under normal circumstances. Why we can say so? Try to imagine this kind of things. When you are let's take a sample for this pandemic. Before the pandemic time, maybe only some of you really think that you need to wash your hands very often, so you will need to buy the hand sanitizer and so on. Like me, honestly, before the pandemic, for me that thing is not really important, so I'm not aware, right? But then at this pandemic, when I heard that this pandemic has been started, and from the news and from the information that I got, that I have to wash my hands frequently, which means that I have also to find the water and also the soap, but it cannot be available in anywhere, so I need to buy the hand sanitizer. And then at that time, people become so aware. They have so much knowledge to buy the things. At that time, the hand sanitizer not become the unsold goods, but before the pandemic, the hand sanitizer become the unsold goods, because we haven't been aware about that things. We do not have any knowledge about that, and we do not have any desire to buy that kind of thing. Remember, hand sanitizer now is not maybe an ounce of goods. It becomes like, I guess that becomes like convenience good. We need it daily, like masker now. Before the pandemic, the hand sanitizer, masker, they become the unsold goods. Okay, Now let's take for some more examples. Now let's take some more examples of convenience good. Here you are. So if you see that convenience goods are like candies, like snacks, like chocolates, like drinks, you can find this at any store, not only at supermarket. Any like convenience store, like in Alfamart, like in Indomaret, or maybe you go to the airport, you will always find this kind of things. You will need it daily. Some of them like toothpaste, you also need it daily. Yeah, this is only some part of the convenience goods. Drinks, of course, you will need it daily. Some people also need candies. Now next we have shopping goods. Shopping goods, examples are okay, clear, cars, mobile phone or smartphone, and laptops. Well, these three things are the goods that we need to compare. We will always need to compare which one it's better for us, which one that suits with our budget, which one that suits with our needs. For the cars, we will try to compare this car, this car, this car, and this car. As well as the laptop, we'll also try to compare which one that really suits with our needs. And also for the smartphone. So we need to do some research, or maybe at least we will need to ask some people who we think that they know much about this. Next one, we have specialty goods. These are some examples. Okay, this is a car and the brand is Audi. Well, I got this one from the internet and I was also surprised. I just typed down the car with the special features and it comes up from there. It seems like the car has no wheels or has no tires. I bet that probably this car will just like flying on the street. And then of course from this we can say that this car has the special features compared to another car. And I bet that that is not only for not having the tire, maybe inside, which I cannot see also, inside the car, maybe it also has some special features that we cannot find at another common car. Now this one, mobile phone. Luckily, when I tried to type this one, I found it like quick screenshot function, blah blah blah, until call recording. So this is like you see mobile phone special features. Yeah, maybe some other mobile phone also has the same functions, but this one is really stated over here. So if we buy this mobile phone, we will have this kind of features. So this one called specialty goods. For the next, unsoft goods. Okay, I just has one example here. This one you call it fire extinguisher. Okay, fire extinguisher over here is one of the goods that we are not aware. We do not have any let's say that we are not aware, we have no thought that we want to buy it. This is important for our life, especially for the house that has a very big white house. Yeah, even for the small houses we need it. And this one is also provided at the office, at the schools, at the big buildings. Okay, they always need it. And then sometimes we are not aware how important this thing is. Okay, the next we have the industrial goods. For the industrial goods, we have materials and parts, we have the capital items, and then we have supplies and business supplies. For the material and parts, capital items, supplies, and business supplies, what does it mean? The first one is, for the material and parts, means goods that enter the product directly, raw materials, manufacturing materials, and component parts. So we can say like this. So if you open a factory and then you are going to check about the materials parts, you are going to check some raw materials that enter directly to your product. It is still in the raw materials. I bet that probably just like this. If when you want to produce let's say you want to produce paper, you will need like log from the trees. So probably some people will chop down the trees and then send the logs to our factory. So that's called raw materials. How about capital items? Capital items are the items that are used in the production process, which usually are the heavy equipments, the light equipment, and also plant buildings. Well, the capital items are the things that we have to support our production. Of course, factory, the place of the factory or the factory itself is called the capital items. The machines that we have is also called the capital items. Even for the light equipment, it's also called the capital items. Those things we need it to support our production. The next one we have supplies and business supplies. What are they? They are to support the operations of the purchasing organizations. Supplies and services. Yeah, sometimes after having materials and capital items, we need some support to purchase the organizations. Like we need the supplies and also we need the services. For the materials and parts itself, it can be divided into three different things. The first one is raw material. Yeah, I think you can read it by yourself. I just want to go to the example: iron ore and vegetables, which really means that raw material is really the raw one. It has no shape. I mean that it has not been produced or manufactured before. It's just really the raw things that you take it directly from the nature. The manufactured materials. Okay, well, this kind of things like the materials that subjected to some amount of processing before entering the production process. The next one we have the component parts. Well, which is semi-finished part that can be installed directly to the products with no additional change. Example like this of like battery. Battery is one of the product that can be installed directly to the other things with no additional change. Next we have the capital items. The capital items also divided into some divisions. The first one we have heavy equipments. Heavy equipments can be like major and long-term investments. Examples like turbines and generators. The second one we have light equipment. Light equipment like some equipment and also tools which have the lower prices. Example like typewriters and computers. And then plants and buildings. The plants and buildings means that the property, like the real estate, like the warehouse and the parking lots. Those things, these three things are called the capital items. The one that I told you that you need this to support, to enable us to do the production. The next one we have supplies and business supplies. For the business supplies, we have supplies which generally standardized and marketed to a wide cross-section of industrial users. Well, let's say like this. We have a product. We have produced a product and then we want to sell this product to across the nation. Of course, it should be has a standard quality or standard size of this, which we have our product, right? Example of this just like paint, oils, pencils, and stationery. So which mean like this. The pencils that you are going to sell in Java Island will be also the similar thing, will be also the similar pencils when you are going to sell here in Kalimantan. The next one is services. Services here means that the wide range of services like building maintenance services for the legal services or courier services. Well, this kind of services is just like to maintain the building maintenance service, which also sometimes needed by the factory owner. They have to maintain their factory, so they will need this kind of services. Okay, I think that's all for today's material about product and product classification. Hopefully you can get something from here. See you for the next meeting. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.